Is this thing on? Okay. Hand review, don't worry. So, we're gonna do a lot of things with this PC. It's not looking great right now because I removed all the fans, so it's not a lot of LEDs lately. And I did upgrade this into the tower cooler. But there's a lot of things to do. First of all, we have to dismantle the case. But before that, I'm gonna show you. But the main star of the show is this beautiful, beautiful CPU. 9800X3D. It's the best CPU with Vcache. So, which means that our 16 gigs of RAM with this would mean that it's more than enough. Is that a good trade-off? It is. But there's no graphics card upgrade lately. We already did check that. No, I already did check that. Everything's unplugged. And then all that's left is this is off already. So now, we're going to turn off the capacitor, which I forgot to do that by just holding it. Just a little bit, and then we should be able to perform everything. So our way of cooling our CPU is this big boy, Liquid Freezer 3 Pro from Arctic. Really cheap, by the way. Oh yeah, but forgot to tell. I brought this for very cheap. I think it's about like $500. About that. Which is way cheaper than the original price, which is a little bit more. So I say this is a really good deal lately. I'll show you the case later, but first we need to dismantle everything off this case. So we're going to start off with removing the back panel. Okay, this is the back end of the case. So really too free. Have to unscrew both. And we see our cable management. Honestly, not quite a lot since we remove everything. But the cabling process will be very similar. So we have to do a lot of things. Our CPU is up here, the CPU power supply. And then the rest is at the basement, SATA cable, front I/O, and then the big one, the power supply. 650 watt from CORSAIR. It's more than enough. But it's not the modular one, so there's a lot of unused cable. So our back I/O is removed. That's pretty much it. But before we can do that, we can optionally remove the front panel, the mesh one. It's not quite dusty since I cleaned it a little bit. So we're left with this. It's really ugly. So there's not a lot of fans. See, this is like one fan removed. So one fan in and one fan in, one fan out. That's it. And then the tower cooler. So the graphics card only supplied the air through this mesh part. This here, so they sucked it up here. Is this sufficient? More than enough. But we're gonna make our graphics card very happy. So now we need to take off the cables. So we're gonna do it by taking off the graphics card first. And then our motherboard. We're gonna hold the latch. See this latch? This part here. Just hold it. And then roll it. We're gonna go left and right. Don't wanna try to take the entire thing off, or otherwise it'd be in a lot more trouble. Okay. This is annoying. I'm gonna take off the USB header first. This is type C. As far as I know. Okay, we're gonna take that off and hide it somewhere. Now we're gonna roll it. Don't use too much strength on this. Take your time. Okay, so the latch is fully off. We can continue yanking left and right, up and down. It's really hard to take off if you don't do it yourself. Since we took this off, now it's a matter of taking the rest of the fan cable off. We need to take all the cable off to get the motherboard off. So that's why we have to do this now. But we can't take the motherboard off yet. Even if we took off all the cables. I mean, you can, but the air cooler right here is stopping us since some of our screws are held by standoff. So for this one, okay, thank you, autofocus. So this one, there's more space. As far as I know, there's gonna be a lot of cuts because I don't usually talk. Don't usually talk much anymore. But I think the main thing is that we take our graphics card off. So I'm gonna take off this. This one I purchased myself. What do you call it again? You definitely need the sag bracket. No, not sag bracket, but like something like anti-sag, like this one. Something to hold the graphics card from potentially like going on. So motherboard can, like, the graphics card can sag. I think everyone knows this. But we have to minimize it. Now our graphics card is held by two of the PCIe lug, and then these PCIe screws are held by the Intexxed provided. This one. This is our roadblock. We need to remove this one first before to remove this one. This is what I don't like about it. And then after that, the fans. I can keep the fans as they are because we're not gonna transfer the rest anyways. So it's time to bring in the screw. Our ratchet screw. We're not gonna use drill. Hand tighten and hand loosen only. Electric screw sucks. No, not sucks. It's just dumb idea. Manually is the way to go. Ratcheting screw is the good balance between them. So we're gonna see. So we're gonna start doing this. We're gonna do this in a more suitable environment. But before we get the screw out, don't forget, liners recommend you to have magnetic fan like this so that the screw doesn't lose. The rest is just NCXT and the screw from the motherboard, which I'm keeping. So we're gonna unscrew this, and then we put the screw into this pan. So if you loosen it right, it should came out by hand, like this. And this pan is about to fall. I'll be very careful about this. Okay, we got this off. Now this part is now accessible and removable by screw. So since our graphics card is on slot 2 and 3, we only have to take out second and third one. Be very careful and not get the screw to go elsewhere. The worst place it could be in the PSU. That's why you make sure you take it off by hand, if possible. Okay, so now our graphics card is no longer held by anything else except for the latch. We'll make sure to spin it around. Now, okay, so now the graphics card is only held by the PCIe only, the slot itself, which is right behind here. So we lower it down a little bit, we will see this black latch over here. All we have to do is push it. You have tiny hand, very helpful. Okay, once you push it all the way in, it should be removable. Oh, 5060 Ti, ASUS, Prime, 3 fans. I brought it for 9,000. It's actually really cheap. But this is only 8 gig. VRAM doesn't matter. The performance is still same regardless. A lot of people would take 16. Am I ill-educated? No, because it's the only way to get this for really cheap. So it's worth it. It's way more cost-effective. Later on, I will get better graphics card. So we're gonna put this GPU aside in any non-static surfaces, because our main PCB is here, and if it gets shot, it will be really bad for your graphics card. So I'm gonna put this graphics card right behind there, in the way that the connector is facing upward, and making sure that the graphics card doesn't hit anywhere. Wood is the best anti-static, but if you want to make sure, always touch the PSU. So now all that's left is the fan. Wait, no. All that's left is removing the heatsink, and then we don't have to remove this, actually, only the heatsink. So we can do this by taking off the fan, and then there's gonna be screws adjacent to it. Luckily, we have this. Not sponsored. I really like the ease of build. So all you have to do is just pull this off. There's no wire bracket, by the way. Be very careful to not rip off. Okay. It's held together by screws, that's why. And we can take off the wire we want to. But since we already did. So that's our secondary SSD and our main SSDs in there. Now we can take screws off and then the motherboard later. But I'll remove the bracket once we get the entire motherboard out. That's a CMOS battery. Just pointing it out. And our VRM. It's a white motherboard, but I think it fits pretty just fine. It's not fully blacked out, but I'm not complaining. So now we're gonna take this out. It's gonna be a little messy, but we will have isopropyl alcohol ready. But now this is like long screw, and we're gonna loosen again. Since we're not tightening it, you can do one side first. Loosen the entire side, and then after that, loosen the other one. But we are gonna tighten them down. We're gonna have to do it side by side, which I will show later. My screwdriver decided to not ratchet. Okay, now we got that out. Oh, this is how big it is. It's just big if you don't see it for yourself. And this is our thermal paste, which I applied to myself. That is our 750F. Really good CPU. You want to start AM5. More than enough. But since I want more, we decided to upgrade it. So now we can take the rest out. Take the rest out that's stuck on the motherboard. Front panel. This is Type C now. Yeah, this is Type C. This is USB. So now yank it very slowly. It's like they're not going to go off. So always like yank this way, but don't pull too much because this thing can fall off easily. They're very dumb. And then after that, CPU's up here. I'm gonna take it off. Should be very easy. Route that to here, and then we pull. And then we can put this on the back. Motherboard is more easier, but I think the worst would be power supply. I hope they don't see my head. It may look daunting, but that's not a lot if you came prepared. It's not a lot to worry about. Looks like we got everything. We could take this off, but our standoff. When I use the one provided by LIAN, but this one is from Intexxed, so we're not gonna use. So I have to take this off. The fan can stay here. It's a whatever. Now I'll put the fan right here. Take off the plug. Be very careful in case the magnet can damage component. No, actually, that's very risky. We're gonna push this down, and I'm gonna show you the bird's eye view. Okay, we have laid down the power supply. Wait, no, motherboard. The power supply. So now there is notably how much standoff crew? So 1, 2, 3 should be here. 4. Not 5, since Intexxed does this. 5, 6, and I'm not gonna say it. Now we unscrew this, and then we should be able to promptly remove the motherboard. I think this can stay here, but if it's not, then I'll remove it also. We must not forget this. Now we want to be really careful, since our screwdriver can scratch any of the important transistor and components in the motherboard. If we scratch them, it's really risky. So take it easy. Hope no one minds the blood. And if we felt like we are statically charged, we can always touch the power supply. There's no particular order in installing the motherboard because we don't need to care about the pressure, but I will tell you later on in the other component that requires to do so. Magnets. Be very careful. Do not let the screw hit the motherboard also, because you can short it out. But since we already make sure that the capacitor doesn't have voltage in the motherboard, there's less to worry. But regardless, do still worry. Take it really easy. Take a break if you need to. But I'm doing this very slowly since, well, you know, cameras right here. So the motherboard is now ready to take it off. You want to do it by side. But I'm going to bring the motherboard box so that it can sit there, because there's also some solder behind it. Sorry for the burp. So I'm going to bring it in. Okay, I took a water break. Don't forget to hydrate. So, this is our cardboard. I mean, can't really show much. So this is our motherboard box. Always keep this for warranty. Motherboard is also really important to keep as warranty. Same thing goes for your graphics card. So I'm going to place it here. I'm going to place it aside. And not let the CPU cooler thermal paste. When I wipe it out, seems that there's a bubbles. I think I didn't apply it correctly, but that's fine. So now we can just put it out. Assuming if the fan doesn't obstruct it too much. Be very careful and not let the standoff scratch it also. Okay, I inspect, no damage. So then I'm gonna place on the motherboard in a very safe space. Ugh. So all that's left is removing the power supply. This one, CORSAIR. It's right in there. You may not see it. It's held. This is more daunting task. So I'm gonna flip again. Okay, so I can't show much since the camera limitation. So this is as much as I can lift up. Although I could place it on the table, it's gonna extrude it. Okay, this is the highest I can go. So now the rest is just cable management. Since I cable management just fine, it should be really easy to take it off. But I'm keeping all the Velcro. So we're gonna take it off. I might fast this if it takes too long, but I'm gonna keep it in real time. I think it's just to stay faithful. And no cuts, I think. There will be some cut if there's any awkward moment. And now this is ready to be taken off. So I'm gonna go on the side. There will be 4 screws. I don't want to show this. I don't want to move this. There'll be 4 screws. You take these off, and then this thing can come off with it. Don't forget to touch it, by the way. I'm gonna leave it plugged in when I'm touching the motherboard soon. I think that's a very important factor. And I'll place it in here. But since Lily already given you the way to mount your PSU, there's no point. Yep, okay, I have the leverage for it. This is the finisher screw. How did it defeat the... I guess I'll do it by hand. That one was way too much leverage. Or maybe I over-tightened the PSU. Which is... good? Maybe? Okay, I can see that it's gonna fall down soon. No, please don't fall. Not that one. Okay, screw off. Alright. I'm gonna take you away. Hopefully not use it again. That would be very bad. Okay, move it back. And then we can just push it. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep, okay. This is just direct advertisement. Alright, Corsair. We took everything off. Yeah, I should put the PSU on the floor. And then we can just put the case away. The case is now useless because you're not going to do anything about it. Very nice. So now we're going to bring it in. So our motherboard. Time for more dismantling. I'll put it very close to here. So now we need to remove this one and then remove the CPU. I think that the only main upgrade is just that. So I'm gonna bring back in our screw. I turn on the lights, by the way. No, this is not enough. Alright. All that's left is we could wipe this. I'm gonna do that actually. My alcohol is in a drawer and it's locked right now. I'm just gonna grab a tissue. Okay. I got my tissue here. We just have to do the IHS. Since I already did the lash, so I don't have to tell you. It's really it is really hard. Okay, I'll push it off. Alright. Shoop. So, okay, I wanna make sure. I'm gonna bring my PSU back up. I'm gonna plug it, and it's gonna act as the anti-static. I don't wanna wear the anti-static one. Okay, I touched the power supply now. We can safely take it off. Ugh. And expose the gold frame. I don't want to wipe this off, but it is clearly written as 750F. No, 7500F. Yes, that's it. So we're gonna make sure that this will go in the box soon. Okay. 9800X3D. But before that, we have our little thing. Secure frame. We're gonna teach you. I'm gonna go through with this. A lot of people does it. I'm gonna do it in front of this, so it's stay human. So it contains this one. We don't need that. That's useless. But we definitely need this soon, and the screw itself. And then we got this contact frame. Now, the way they do it. I use knife. Whoop. Oh, nah, oh yeah. It's nice. So the processor itself. Never seen such beast myself. Be very careful with this because this thing costs half of my budget, which is crazy. Ugh. I already make sure that the BIOS updated to accept this chip. So I put it in very carefully along the triangle, whatever. But there's also this lock here to make sure that you place it correctly. So you already placed this. We're not gonna do this anymore. We're gonna replace it with this one. But we're gonna keep the IHS in case we do warranty. Luckily, my screw have the specific head for it. Should be this one. We can test it by. Yep, fits. So that we change it. Now this can void warranty, but as long as you keep the entire original mechanism, You should be fine. Okay, fine. Fine. I'm gonna use this one instead. They want it hand tightened, then we're gonna do it hand tightened. Come on. This can take really long time, so be very patient with this thing. With this part. Okay, this is just ridiculous. What about this one? No, it's way too big. This is already more than enough. No, it could barely fit. Where's the other one? I think it's this one. Yeah. I think it's T15. I'm gonna try this one, the smaller one. Ah! Wrong one. Okay. Should make it easier. Oh wait, skipping over. I have to check the back. Oh! Oh, that's not great. I think things fine. I forgot. Okay, when I put it back. Wait, let me check. No one sees my face. Okay, no bent pins. Fine. At least the motherboard's still fine. I'm just gonna do this instead then. Oh, the pressure in. Oh, it already is out. It's just that it's just waiting for me. Okay. Why it popped out like that? That's actually scary. That is scary, bro. So, we'll make sure that we were to do this in this one. At least somewhere to keep. You know, take the entire thing, put it in the plastic. With the original screw, by the way. They're gonna check for the screws, I think. So that all that's left is in here. We're gonna put it in. Oh yeah! Look at that fit. That fit is real nice. I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna use the screw that Thermalright given us. At least gonna do it in the star pattern. So this one, this one, this one, this one. To make sure that the pressure is even. Hand tightened, by the way. To make sure that the CPU contact with the motherboard is there. And it will do it again. Yeah, it's in. 9800X3D. Now, a lot of people would put the cooler right away. Well, we're not gonna do that. But what we're gonna do is use the provided bracket first, and then we put the cooler in later. Accessory kit should open. Oh, I'm this way. Yep. Now there is install instruction. Yes. Cables. We won't use this part yet. This is AMD. We need that, and we will need the Intel one. What's that one? Oh, it's for the fans. I remember. This is Intel, and they're giving us this Mark 7, the newest Arctic has to offer. Good thermal performance, by the way. They're giving the Mark 7 so free. Okay. You just have to do this. Which one is left and which one is right? This is right as red. Yeah, right. I choose black. That's our reason. I mean, I wanted to discuss this. So yeah, we're doing panda build. That's what they call. It's a mix between white and black. A motherboard being white, unfortunately, but it's actually really good. This is the only best motherboard I can get as of the time I get the entire build during the computer convention. It was like on sale, that's why. So I have no choice. Knowing me, I would easily get better motherboard, but now looking back at it, this is the best I could get. Okay, now we're done. We only need to mount this. So we don't have to do that right now. We're gonna mount it later. Feast your eyes on this. Beautiful, beautiful case. I've been researching. This is the best case you can ever get. You can get with native support. Look, it's a classic fish tank white case. Now that I look into it, it's actually really big. First time I've seen good build quality like this. Absolutely beautiful. Now we're gonna do a lot of things. Few things. And we're bringing in different our fan hub because we're gonna do a lot of RGB and the fans from Arctic to keep up with the aesthetics. This is technically halfway done. We will peel off the glass later. There's a lot of things, so I have to move the camera back. Okay, so I'm gonna move all of these away. Now we are on the far away side. Oop. Oh, right. Be very careful. They are tempered glass. They will break if they see any point of sharpness. Oop. So what we want to do is we want to start putting our motherboard in first. We can do this. So I want to move off the panels. Oh, stupid! No! Fine. Okay, you won, Lily. Now what? That's actually very scary. So we need to move this down. That is the most important part. The most important part is getting this down so that we can fit our ATX. And also this one. There's a lot of things to do with this. Too much also, by the way. Move that one. Headache over headache and headache. More headache again.
No parents.
But it would definitely be worth it, I think. It's beautiful! Oh, love it. It's gonna pay us off so much. So, I'm gonna remove the PSU. Which we can do by remove all of these. Yeah, 2 of these, so it's fine. So this is our power supply holder because our power supply is completely flipped. I don't know why. You guys are supported. We have to move this from... Ow! From... Oh my god, it bit into me. From ATX mode, it can fit ATX motherboard. What's the price? We made ATX, so which means I have to put this in. Ugh. Fan, we'll move this later. I mean, I brought this upon myself anyways. I wanna build. I'm gonna build. So, we'll remove the PSU. Because we already did everything with the motherboard. Looks like they placed it in like this. Yeah, see? It's just like this. Instead of like placing it in. That was convenient. That was not. Okay. We'll keep that and we'll keep the power supply on floor. But first, before we do anything, we have to place the fan hub in. Want to make sure the adhesive sticks. And I have to remove this. Ugh. A lot of things. A lot of things are happening. This does not require a small screw, bro. I think it does. But I have to remove this. It's a signature LIAN kind of thing. Okay, we ripped it off. We ripped it off! Although they asked me, Big Tex, what's the build quality like? All of them are aluminum. They all felt aluminum and glass. No plastic. Not a lot of things are plastic, you know, except for the cable management. And this one. Actually, yeah, why are you in there? I need you to come out. Now. At least they're nice to give us the Velcro. Which we will definitely need it. Not at all. One screw fell. Okay, there we go. Now I know the reason why it's not moving. It's this. Want me to take this off? Okay, now this is ready. This will hang out for now. We're gonna be very confident and place the motherboard in. Before we can do that, we have to make sure that all these are off. And we place a fan hub. Our fan hub. Which I haven't used yet because I'm keeping it for that. THERMALRIGHT. Now I have to find the suitable spot. What's this? This is PWM fan. Fan 1, light 1. They are ARGB, so we do not have to worry. Input. So we can maybe place it here. We could place it here. No, wait, no, we could. Yeah, we could place it here. Or we could place it here. Trying to think. Oh, we could just leave it be. And this is our motherboard. You may not see it a lot, but I will get a close-up soon. I think. Maybe never if I'm that tired. So this is our PWM, and this is our ARGB, and this is our SATA. Now that's the reason why I want that. Listen like this. And then we can route the fan up to here, and then we're done. Okay, THERMALRIGHT done. Do not push too much, otherwise the pin could be damaged. So exercise caution. Now we are ready for motherboard. It's been a daunting day so far. This took way too much, I think. So we are gonna read by LIAN Lee manual because we want to move something down. So that is the tool for standoff. We need to take the standoff first. That's for sure. Okay, we have to move both of these down. They have to be all moved down. And then two of the screw. Okay, we're gonna do the screw first. Probably cut a lot of this because there's a lot of filler thing. I'm supposed to take this off. I think for the ease, I think we're gonna take this off first. It's called GPU bracket. So much hand-free operation. Okay, we'll take this off. Okay, here we go. Okay. Because I already checked that it's only 8. Only need to use 8. Alright. Okay. See, it fits because it's a white motherboard, they say. It's a white motherboard. Now we check. Anti-vibration link for SSD, fan mounting HSD. Okay, that's one. That's it. Motherboard. For motherboard. For motherboard. So we need to take the one with flush. Now all we have to do is just do this and be very careful with it. We can pre-place our the screw. Okay, we got everything in. Now we have to tighten. You use the furniture screw this time, bro. Like, okay, sure, Lian Li. Your things like to use this one, this head set. There's no particular order on which you should do your thing. Okay, so since Arctic is very particular, we're gonna have to also but first we can pre-wire the first batch, and then we attach fan, and then after that. So we have USB goes accordingly with this, another USB. This is Type C, should be Type C, and then USB, the regular one, the one you always see. HD audio and front panel. They all go accordingly. I cut that out also. Now this is what I love about Lian Li. Maybe I'm just simply not having fun with it so far. I think we have to see the beauty in itself. Or not, I don't know. Put it back. Fan should go off. Now this is where you attach your fan. I think this is running out of battery now. Quality control, they say. Choop. This is where we place our AIO. Oh. Okay, now we're using the reverse fan. Yep. We are gonna put the... What did you came here? Sorry. We're gonna put all of them in the convincing orientation, so it should be pointing this way. Reasonable. So it should all be here. I think they're spaced out, yeah. Look like they're not like spaced into each other. Move however we like, but I think the center one does make sense. So we're gonna just use the given screw from Arctic. I think we trust that better. But Arctic, come on, wait, no. I'm not gonna use knife, I'm gonna use scissors. No, I didn't cut it through! What? How does that work? There we go. That's very risky. Where's my Lian Li box? Ah! Because they could just be off. Now this is another tedious part. I particularly don't like about this. I don't particularly like installing fans. I think now we worry about fan. Hooray! So fun. So fun. I placed another one in right here. Another one. Yeah, I know it's wobbly. Not yet. Not quite yet. No, I beg you, do not. Okay, this is more suitable. And I'm gonna screw in the rest. But preferably also by hand now. Oh! There we go. No, wait. There we go. At least it can be saved. Now we got our Intexxed fan. Yippee! So we got one panel done. The rest is Oh, got 7 minutes of recording left. That's crazy. I guess the rest is just. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm getting increasingly tired, but this part. I will show the finished one later and cable management. I have to leave the video. Although you want to see it, oh my god. You want to clearly see it, but I will do that later. Okay, so far, we already installed this fan. An absolutely wired mess on the fan hub. We will definitely deal with this. And we have attached PSU, which we can easily clip it in by through here. But we're not gonna do that yet. Because once we get the PSU in, then the cable management will come. Which we already are suffering through the wire. We will lock this down with Velcro. And after that, we will install the rear fan over here. Should be really easy. So we already got the rear fan in. Some cable management. They're not really quite there in yet, but the grommet, yeah. Okay. We'll do this again. We'll record again. Oh, okay. We placed the power supply in, placed the rear fan in, and did all the quote-unquote cable management. Where they plugged everything, we pre-wired the motherboard again. This is extremely basic cable management. It's like barely not any, because this is not dual chamber, so. But we tried our best. I tried my best to not get the cable in front of these rear fan. This is more than enough. If you don't get any cable trying to obstruct the fan, this is more than enough. So now all that's left is doing the AIO, this one, by placing it on the radiator. This radiator bracket. We place it on. I'll show it to you. This one is showable, but the rest is boring. That's why. This much. It's 5 p.m. now. But we're getting very close. So apparently I checked out the installation video, and we installed it wrong. But we'll take a screw off, and then we will install the AIO, and after that we remove the rest for the GPU. But the GPU is very dead last. So I just finished from eating, much more energized now, and then we should be done. And then the rest I should be able to show the video. It's like 9 minutes. Okay. So I just screw in the bottom fan. So now we just have to do this. I didn't record much to save space. We got 7 minutes of footage left according to my phone. But we don't want to rush it either, because rushing it would kill everything. No RAM upgrade unfortunately. I don't think a RAM would matter anymore when we have the V-cache. Okay, we're done. Now all that's left is the top AIO. Luckily, we have nothing to do now, so we have nothing to do with the back part anymore. So we can just pop it in like this. Power supply sucked through here, and then the back fan will be blow through the part here. So they already come with. So this is ARGB. We'll plug that directly to the motherboard, and they already come daisy chain through here, which we'll rip off later. So for now, we have to do a very important thing, which is to mount this. Oh wait, yeah. So this is all the screws. It's gonna be a lot of work, but at least they already did pre-install for us. It's a huge. It's really big if you don't see it for yourself. I'm gonna lay it flat like this. One day I have to go this way, so this is already its correct orientation. Now we just screw along. So this is how you pretty much install it. But it differs because in some case want you to keep holding the AIO. This is wired by the LIAN. So I'm gonna make a magic cut. All the screws should be out here. Okay, so we have fully screwed them in. Just look at this. It doesn't really take that much, but still, it is very inherently annoying. Oh my god, this thing. So now all that's left is taking the AIO up to the case, and after that, the pump into the CPU. Oh, okay. How we do this? It is stuck by nothing, mister. Oh, I see. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. Thing is a little too close here. We have to move it up a little to here instead. Ugh. Oh, I found that rather stupid. Now, this is the pump. The pump. Yeah, sure. The pump. Now we... But first, although we could do just like even pace, I think like NX is more than enough. We are close, so close. Okay, now we can do it properly. Come on, just stick to the 900X3D, bro. It's not that hard. Yeah, I'm really pushing it if you don't know. Stop making a mess. Ugh. I can definitely do better, but this is modern enough. Please do not blame me. Okay. We must not do the common mistake. Just... I don't know what came off. And then we do this. Align the two here. Okay, should click then. And then we can screw it in. That is ridiculous. Why aren't you gripping on it? Alright, this took ridiculously way too much time to install this in. It's nice and snug now. I read the comment about this. You can loosen this bracket so that this can cling on, and then you can just tighten down the bracket later on. So now you're pretty much done. Maybe fingerprint of this, but no one will see it. You can rip this off. And then we'll put the VRM fan in, and then the connector is right over here. We'll route that. There's three of them, and all of them are here. So it's nice. Alright, so I'm in full swing now. Is this one. That took way too much time for this thing. Glad it's over. Okay, it's in. We just have to... This one, okay. So there's VRM, there's fan, and there's the pump. Yep, all of them. So fan, CPU. This is the pump. So the pumps go in the pump, and the VRM go in the VRM. See, all made for it. Now there's this, the ARGB, which we could just do this. But we're gonna be civilized, so we're gonna do this by cable management. Yep, that's it. It's a little hairy, but that's fine. Okay, one last VRM fan set to cool it. Yep. Alright, so our pump is done. Well, all that's left is graphics card, so we're gonna prepare that now. Whoa! The hell, okay. So all we do now is just move that sag bracket up. And I locked it in. I'm gonna just use screwdriver for this. But don't do it too much. Just do it just enough. Yep, should be good. Then we can do this. Put them up. No, this is correct. See, clips in just fine. Make sure the fan is taut enough. You don't want this to like let the cable eat it. That would be very bad. Glad it's finally over. Yeah, we could just do this. Okay. Alright, now it's front panel installation and then we're done. Huh, what's this doing here? Oh, that sucks. Okay, that was miserable. Forgot to put the RAM in. Haha, so funny. Okay, well, we got everything in. And we should be able to see the RGB version soon. So I'm gonna boot this up. I'm gonna see the absolute glory of this. Wait a second. Just pure all of them. Okay, I'm gonna do that. At least I'm not doing installation of RAM by using one of my hands. There's a video of it. Don't do it. Someone break that RAM by only installing it with two hands, with only one hand, like this. And they break it like completely off the motherboard. Sucks for that guy, but not for me. I'm smart. I have common sense, not smart. This is common sense. Okay. I'm gonna make this stand upright and I'm gonna turn it on. Clear all the table. That's like all the mess.